ఇప్పుడు మనం వచ్చేసి 11వ తరగతి ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ కెమిస్ట్రీ 12th చాప్టర్ను చూస్తున్నాం. మనం 12th చాప్టర్లో ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ కెమిస్ట్రీ ఆఫ్ 4 సెగ్మెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, నేమ్లీ అట్మాస్ఫియర్, హైడ్రోస్ఫియర్, లిథోస్ఫియర్ అండ్ బయోస్ఫియర్. What is the atmosphere? Atmosphere is the protective blanket of gases surrounding the earth is called. This segment is commonly referred as air in the environmental study. It consists of 4 spheres extended up to 500 kilometers from the surface of the earth. There are troposphere 0 to 10 kilometers, stratosphere, mesosphere and thermosphere 10 to 50, 50 to 85, 85 to 500 kilometers. Next one, hydrosphere. Hydrosphere including all types of water sources, oceans, seas, rivers and streams and reservoirs, glaciers and groundwaters. Lithosphere. Lithosphere is the outer mantle of the soil, earth consisting of minerals and soils. This segment in the pollution study is referred to as soil generally. Next, fourth one is the biosphere. All living species, including the human beings and animals, constitute biosphere. Pollutant, the substance present in the nature, the greater amount than the natural abundance due to the human being activity which has harmful effect living organisms and mankind is called pollutant. Plastic materials DDT, SO2, CO, PB and Hg. Contaminant, the substance which does not occur in the nature but it introduced by the activity into the environment of effect. Its composition is called contaminant. Industrial weight is pesticides. Receptor, the medium which is affected by pollutant is called receptor. Mankind, our eyes and lungs are receptor to smoke. Sink, the medium which is affected by pollutant and reduce its effect is called sink. Seawater is a sink for CO2. Threshold limit value TLV is inversely proportional to the toxinic. The permissible level of a toxinic pollutant in atmosphere to which a healthy industrial worker is exposed during an 8 hours day without any harmful effect is threshold limit value. Next to COD, chemical oxygen demand. The amount of oxygen is required to oxidize the organic substance present in the pollutant water and chemical oxygen demand. COD is directly proportional to the pollution. BOD, the amount of oxygen used by the suitable microorganism present in the water during the 5 days at 20 degrees centigrade is called BOD. The BOD indicates the greater the pollution. Pure water BOD is about. Clean water would have the BOD value less than 5 ppm, whereas highly polluted water could have the BOD value of 17 ppm or more. Important values, BOD values. Atmospheric pollution, the lowest region of atmosphere in which human beings along with other organisms life is called troposphere. It extended up to a height of from 10 kilometers from the sea land. Stratosphere, 10 to 50 kilometers above the sea level lies Stratosphere. Atmosphere pollution is generally studied in the troposphere and stratospheric pollution. The presence of ozone in the stratosphere prevents the 99 percentage of the sun's harmful UV radiation from reaching the Earth's surface. Troposphere pollution. Tropospheric pollution occurs due to the presence of undesirable solids or gaseous particles in the air. Gaseous air pollutant. Oxides of sulfur. Oxides of sulfur are produced when sulfur containing the fossil fuel is burnt. The most common species SO2. Poisonous of SO2. Low concentration of SO2 causes refrigerator respiratory diseases. Example asthma, bronchitis, emphysema, human beings, irritation to the eyes. High concentration of SO2 leads to stiffness of flower buds, which eventually fall off from the plants. It reacts to ozone. O2 react with the ozone to form the SO3 and O2. Oxides of nitrogen. NO2 at high altitude when lightning strikes, then the N2 combine to form up oxides of nitrogen to for NO and NO2 nitric oxides. An automobile engine when the fossil fuels is burnt to form the NO and NO2. NO react with the ozone in the stratosphere. NO react with the NO3, O3 and from the NO2 and O2. Poisonous of NO and NO2. The high concentration of NO2 damage the leaves, plants and retarded the photosynthesis. Lungs irritant that can lead to the an acute respiratory diseases in children. Oxides of carbon. Carbon monoxide is there. Carbon monoxide is the most serious air pollutant and produces the result of incompletely combustion of carbon, automobiles, exhaust and incompletely combustion, coal, fire, wood, petrol. Poisonous of CO. CO binds to hemoglobin to form the stable carboxyhemoglobin. The oxygen carrying capacity of blood is greatly retarded. The pregnant woman's CO level in blood many induced premature delivery, spontaneous abortion, and birth of deformed babies. CO2, carbon monoxide. Normally, it forms the 0.03% by the volume of the atmosphere. CO2 released into the atmosphere by the respiratory burning of fossil fuels of energy. Poisonous of CO2. The increased amount of CO2 in the air mainly responsible for the global warming. Global warming or greenhouse effect. The progressive warming of the Earth's surface due to the blanketing of CO2 and water vapor and CFC in atmosphere is called global warming. The greenhouse effect, greenhouse gas effect gases, CO2, SO2, NO, NO2, CFC, and hydrocarbons. Effects of global warming. The ice caps of polar region melt in the result. The increase of the seawater up to 900 centimeters. Because of these, low-lying countries will get submerged. Agriculture sector will be badly. The rate of evaporation or of water from the sea, rivers, ponds will increase as the leads to get cyclones and hurricanes. Prevention. The number of sinks plants should be increased to absorb the CO2. The growth of blue-green algae in sea water should prevent it. Acid rains. Oxides of nitrogen, sulfur, and carbon dissolved in rainwater from acid rain. Acid rain pH value less than 5.6, 2SO2, O2, 2H2O, 2H2SO4, 2NO2, O2, H2O is gives to 4HNO3. Effect of acid rain. Calcium carbonate treating with the sulfuric acid to form the calcium sulfate and H2O and CO2. Acid rain reduces the life of buildings and historical monuments. Acid rain decreases the fertility of soil by the reducing the pH value of the soil. Acid rains reduces the quality of drinking water. Acid rains decreases the productivity of fish in water. The Taj Mahal in India has been affected by the acid rains. Formation of photochemical smog. ఫోటోకెమికల్ స్మాగ్ అనేది పర్టికులేట్ పొల్యూటెంట్ నుంచి వస్తుంది. అక్కడ చూస్తాం. బట్ photochemical smog is produced from the action of sunlight on nitrogen oxides and hydrocarbons present in the exhaust gases of automobiles and factories. NO is oxidized by the atmospheric oxygen to form the nitric oxide. Nitric oxide react with the O2 to form the nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen dioxide under photochemical decomposition in the presence of sunlight, NO2, NO and NO. Free oxygen atom formed react with the oxygen from the ozone. O2 treating the oxygen to form the ozone. Ozone react with the rapidly with the NO to form the nitrogen dioxide. So reaction is there. Ozone is the toxic gases and the both NO2 and O2 are strong oxidizing agents and can react with the unburnt hydrocarbons in the polluted water, produces the chemicals such as formaldehyde and acrolein and peroxyestate nitrate. PON. The common compound of photochemical smog is smoke or ozone, nitric oxides, acrolein, formaldehyde, and PON, peroxyethyl nitrate. Formation of photochemical smog here. Ozone is toxic gas and both NO2 and NO3 are strong oxidizing agents. Can react with the unburnt hydrocarbon, the pollutant air to produce the chemicals such as formaldehyde, acrolein and peroxyethyl nitrate. CH4 treating the ozone to form the formaldehyde, H2O. Acrolein is there. Peroxyethyl nitrate, PON is there here. Effect of photochemical smog. Photochemical smog causes eye irritant. It leads to cracking to rubber and extensive damage of plant life. It decreases the stability and thus affects the air and road tropics. Chemical smog, photochemical smog controlled. If we control such as NO2 and hydrocarbons, ozone and PON, the photochemical smog will be automatically be reduced. Stratospheric pollution. Formation and breakdown the ozone. The upper stratospheric consists of considerable amount of O3 which protest from the harmful ultraviolet radiation causes the skin cancer. The formation of ozone is two steps. Step 1, UV radiation coming from the Sun split dioxygen into two. O2 treating with oxygen to form the ozone. The main reasons of ozone layer depletion, chlorofluorocarbons compounds. Chlorofluorocarbons treating with the chlorine free radical produces that chlorine free radical treating with the oxygen ozone to form the chlorine oxide is formation. Again chlorine monoxide treating the ozone to form the chlorine free radical and 2O2. Chain reaction continues in which the ozone layer is duplicated. The depletion of ozone layer is commonly known as ozone hole. It is first observed in the Antarctica region, South Pole. Water pollution. The pollution of water originates from the human activities. So before going to this one, ozone reaction చూద్దాం కొన్ని. This is the photochemical smog occur where the sunlight acts as vehicle pollutants. Ozone depletion reactions is there. Every reaction important. ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్లో యూవీ రేడియేషన్ తోటి అవుతుంది. ఆక్సిజన్ క్లోరిన్ ఫ్రీ రాడికల్ వచ్చి క్లోరిన్ ఆక్సిజన్ ఫ్రీ రాడికల్ NO2తో జరిగి క్లోరో నైట్రేట్ ఏర్పడుతుంది. అదే క్లోరో నైట్రేట్ వాటర్ తోటి హైడ్రాలసిస్ అయితే HOCl వస్తుంది, HNO3 వస్తుంది. ఈ రెండు కూడా ఇంపార్టెంట్. అదేవిధంగా క్లోరో నైట్రేట్ అనేది హైడ్రోక్లోరిక్ ఆమ్లంతో చర్యను ఉంటే క్లోరిన్ వస్తుంది, మరి HNO3 వస్తుంది. క్లోరిన్ నుంచి మళ్ళీ క్లోరైడ్ ఫ్రీ రాడికల్ ఏర్పడుతుంది. ఈ క్లోరైడ్ ఫ్రీ రాడికల్ అనేది మీథేన్తో చర్యనుంది, మిథైల్ ఫ్రీ రాడికల్ మరియు HCl ఏర్పడుతుంది. రియాక్షన్స్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. సో ఇక్కడ స్మాగ్ అనేది ఉంది. 2 టైప్స్ స్మాగ్స్ అనేది 2 టైప్, క్లాసికల్ స్మాగ్, ఫోటోకెమికల్ స్మాగ్. క్లాసికల్ స్మాగ్ అనేది కూల్ ఏరియా CO2 ఫాగ్ తోటి అయితే ఫోటోకెమికల్ స్మాగ్ అనేది హాట్ ఏరియా అన్సాచురేటెడ్ హైడ్రోకార్బన్స్ NOO3 తోటి అవుతుంది. ఇరిటేషన్, లాస్ ఆఫ్ విజన్ అనేది జరుగుతుంది. వాటర్ పొల్యూషన్ చూస్తాం. పొల్యూషన్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ ఆరిజినేటెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద హ్యూమన్ యాక్టివిటీస్. ఎఫెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ పొల్యూటెంట్ వాటర్. పొల్యూటెంట్ వాటర్ ఈజ్ నాట్ used for the drinking. It leads to the diseases diarrhea, jaundice, typhoid. It leads to destroy the aquatic life. Excess of fluorides in water causes the fluorosis. The concentration of fluorines more than 3 ppm drinking water, it becomes harmful. Calcium react with the fluorine, calcium fluoride. The color of teeth turns yellow and bones weak. This disease is called fluorosis. వాటర్లో ఫ్లోరిన్ యొక్క పర్సంటేజ్ ఇక్కడ ఫ్లోరైడ్ ఉంది గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 2 ppm అయితే మౌల్టింగ్ ఆఫ్ టీత్ అవుతుంది. సో అక్కడ హైడ్రాక్సీ హెపటైట్ ఏర్పడుతుంది కాల్షియం ఫాస్ఫేట్ కాల్షియం హైడ్రాక్సైడ్ వల్ల. సో గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 2 ppm ఫ్లోరో హెపటైట్ ఏర్పడుతుంది అక్కడ రియాక్షన్. అది లెడ్ కూడా ఉంటుంది వాటర్లో. లెస్ దెన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 50 parts per billion ఉంటే ఏం కాదు. గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 50 parts per billion అయితే డ్యామేజ్ ఆఫ్ కిడ్నీస్ అవుతుంది. నైట్రేట్ ఉంది. నైట్రేట్ లెస్ దెన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 50 ppm parts per million అయితేనంటే నో ప్రాబ్లం. అదే వాటర్లో ఉన్నటువంటి నైట్రేట్ అనేది గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 50 ppm అయితే బ్లూ బేబీస్ సిండ్రోమ్ అనేది, అదేవిధంగా మిథిమయోగ్లోబినిమియా ఇంపార్టెంట్. NO3 అనేది గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 50 ppm ఉంటే బ్లూ బేబీస్ సిండ్రోమ్స్, మిథిమోగ్లోబినిమియా అనేది ఏర్పడుతుంది. సో సల్ఫేట్ అనేది లెస్ దెన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 500 ppm అయితే ఏం కాదు. అప్ టు గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 50 and 500 ppm అయితే లాక్సేటివ్ ఎఫెక్ట్, విరేచనాల ప్రభావం అనేది ఉంటుంది. యూట్రిఫికేషన్ ఉంది. ఫర్టిలైజేషన్, డిటర్జెంట్స్, ఫాస్ఫేట్స్ అనేవి ఎక్సెస్ అయితే లాస్ ఆఫ్ బయోడైవర్సిటీ జరుగుతుంది, ఆక్వాటిక్ ఎనిమల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ జరుగుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్ సాయిల్ పొల్యూషన్. ఇండియా బీయింగ్ an agriculture based country have high priority to agriculture, fisheries and Livestock development. The surplus agriculture produces the stored by the governmental and non-governmental organization for use in the lean season. The food loss during the storage and so ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయి. Women being large piece. So before going to this one, pesticides. Prior to World War II, many natural occurring chemicals such as nicotine, planting tobacco plants and crop fields were used as pest controlling substance of major crops in agriculture practicals. During the Second World War, DDT was found to be great used in the control of malaria and other insect-borne diseases. Therefore, after the war, DDT was put used in the agriculture to control the damages caused insect, rodent, weeds, and various crop diseases. However, due to the adverse effect, it has been banned in the India. Pesticides are basically synthetic toxic chemical with the ecological repercussion. These days, pesticide industry has shifted the attention on herbicides such as sodium chlorate and sodium arsenate and many others. During the first half of the last century, the shift from the mechanical to chemical weed control had provided the industries and flourishing and economic market, but most remember that these are also not environment friendly. Green chemistry, various methods reducing the unwanted byproducts of certain reactions known as green chemistry. The approaches of green chemistry is minimum chemical usages, minimum energy consumption, minimum waste generation. Green chemistry in day-to-day life, dry cleaning of glass, Cl2 dichloroethylene, tetrachloroethylene by cleaning of solvents. Bleaching class, hydrogen peroxide వాడతాం bleaching of class. So next synthesis of chemicals. Ethanol is commercially prepared by the one-step oxidation of ethene in the presence of ionic catalyst in aqueous medium with yield of 90% of ethanol. Ethylene catalyst palladium to copper 2 in water. This is the bleaching paper, hydrogen peroxide, synthesis of chemicals.